Hello everyone, good evening to all of you. How are you all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel Ruby Management Academy. This is your mentor Rubeena. Hope all of you are doing well. I think so. Am I right? We are going with live, guys. Please join the session. Share this session with your friends so that we can start early. Am I audible to everyone? Is the screen visible to everyone or not? Kindly give the reply. Hope it is audible. Get started. As the title suggests, how to write PhD synopsis. As we know, writing synopsis is an essential part for completing PhD research work. After taking this admission in PhD or MPhil or some other, the research scholars does face problems for writing their research proposal or synopsis. We can also call it as research proposal. Most of the research scholars does face the problem for writing the research proposal. They don't know or they don't understand that how to write research proposal. There are many questions going to be arise in the research scholar's mind, that what will be the format of research proposal, how to decide the title of our research, how to write the research proposal. All those questions will going to be arise in their minds of research scholars. In order to answer all these questions, I come up with this video, guys. In this video, I will give you the detailed explanation about the PhD synopsis or the proposal, research proposal. And also I will give you the guidance on how to write the research proposal, and I will provide my thoughts towards that. All these things we will going to be covered in this video. Kindly don't miss the session. Watch the video till the end. Then only you can understand how to write the PhD synopsis. Before we move forward, a gentle reminder to all of you, those who are not subscribed yet, kindly do like, share and subscribe the channel, and ask all of your friends to join the session. Before we going to know what is the format of research proposal or the synopsis, first let me know what is synopsis. What is synopsis? A PhD synopsis is a detailed summary of your proposal research, which justifies the needs for your research work that you will be doing for your doctoral degree, means in your PhD or MPhil. A synopsis is different from abstract. Abstract is different towards synopsis. Most of the students get confused with these similar words, synopsis and abstract. These both are different to each other. You will submit your synopsis at the start of your research work along with your thesis title. This document will be submitted before you start your research work. If you are unsure how to write a synopsis for PhD or the MPhil, then there are several things that you must make sure your synopsis includes. Writing a synopsis for your PhD is an easy process once you have a clear idea about your research work. Really, guys, it's very easy process once you have a clear idea, clear draft in your mind towards your research work. The format of your synopsis will depend upon the guidelines provided by your university. Although the formats of PhD synopsis report may differ from university to universities, but the synopsis format must include several fundamental things which allows you to clearly detail you in your proposal research. Hardly this document is around 3000 to 4000 words. Hardly you need to be clear around 3000 to 4000 words. These documents include around 3000 to 4000 words. If you are having the detailed analysis towards this research title, it is very easy process once you have the clear idea about your research area. Here first what you need to be do, what you have to able to understand, first you have to able to understand your title, research title. Clearly define the title of your research work. You need to be clearly defined. You need to be clear picture of your title, in which area you want to do your research. You have to have a clarity on this area, then only you can start the further process. Until you have any idea about your title, on which area you are going to be do research, nothing is do. So first you have to have the clear idea about your title. You have to clearly define the title of your research project. And then introduction. It includes an introduction which summarizes the current knowledge in your research area. This session should explain what are the gaps in the knowledge you are, and it will briefly what your research aims to do in order to fill those gaps. All these things you need to be mentioned in a summarizes the matter under introduction part. It is towards the current knowledge. You need to be include all these things towards about your topic. And the next one is literature review. After the introduction part, you have to move for literature review. These are the things which we have included in the every synopsis. It may differ from, but the synopsis may differ from universities to universities. But these are the basic fundamental things which every universities have to be followed. These are the basic fundamental things we are going to be discussed in this video. Apart from these things, if other universities having other guidelines, you have to be follow those universities guidelines. But these are the basic things which includes each and every synopsis. Under literature review, we will be summarize of published literature of previous research, which includes journals, papers, and other academic documentation or secondary data, both primary and secondary data, all these things which related to your research title. You need to evaluate all these documents, what have others done previously, what they have done in their research work. If it is related towards your research title, you need to be evaluate all those documents available in the previous research. What they have find in their research, what they have done in their research, what they have found, all these things you have to be evaluated. Where could their work been expanded? What is the future scope of their research? All these things you have to be evaluated. You need to put these data under your literature review. This literature review entirely talking about your previous research who already published in previously. whether it may be a journal, papers, or documentation, all those things, all those things included to which is related to your topic. You need to be evaluate all these documentations. You need to be evaluate all their thoughts, what they have what they have find, what they have done. All these things you have to be evaluated before going to be put that data into your work. And then aims and objectives. Before we move forward, we have to be play problem statement. In some of the synopsis, the aims and objectives will be mentioned after problem statement. In some cases, we can mention before problem statement. However, we can go for problem statement. After that, we will discuss about objectives. Until we know about our what is the statement of our problem, on which area we are going to be targeting. Without knowing all these things, we can't make the objectives of our research. So let's better to go for problem statement after literature review. But in some of the studies, they have mentioned the aim of the objectives before going to problem statement. That is not the big matter. Under problem statement, it is about an area of your research. It is a concise description of an issue to be addressed. It defines the gap between the current state and desired state of a process. It identifies the gap between address the gap between the current and desired state of the process. It is all about the area of your research, which concise the description on which problem you are going to be find the solution for that problem. Once the research problem is identified, you will be able to pose the main aim and objectives of your project. Have you understood the main objective of problem statement? The main purpose of this problem statement is to introduce the reader to give the importance of topic being studied, the area of your research, on which area you are going to be finding the solution for that problem. That you have to be mentioned under problem statement. This will, until you have the idea about that problem, what you are going to be find out in your research, you can't able to make the objectives. First you have to have the clear picture towards the problem statement. It will helpful to identify the gap between the current state and desired state of the process. And then go for aims and objectives. It clearly defines what is the purpose of PhD research is, what questions are you trying to answer for that problem, whatever the problem you identified in your research work, for that what type of questions you are going to be framed under the objectives in order to evaluate the solutions for that problem. How will you measure those things? What type of questions are you going to try to answering those questions? All these things will be comes under objectives. It is based on problem statement only. Until you have the idea about the problem statement, you can't make the objectives of the research work. Under research methodology, it explains how will you achieve your objectives, how you will going to be achieve your objectives, whatever the objectives you have framed under aims and objectives of the study. This research methodology will help you to achieve your objectives. Be specific and outline your process, the data collection strategies, questionnaire you will be distribute, data analysis techniques, what type of statistical tools you are going to be utilized. All those things will come under research methodology. Whatever the questions you have mentioned under objectives, for evaluating those objectives, for finding the answers for those questions. This research methodology will helpful to finding the answers for those questions. By framing the questionnaire or identifying which tool will helpful to find out the answer, which type of data analysis techniques have to be utilized towards our work, all those things will comes under research methodology. This is a critical part of research synopsis as it demonstrates whether your research work is going to be success or not. This is the main part of your synopsis. Here, this is the main part of your synopsis. Based on your research methodology only, you are going to be find out the solutions for your problems. Under chapterization, a thesis should have at least 5 chapters. As of now, we have discussed about the title, introduction, literature review, objectives, problem statement, research methodology. All these things should have at least 5 chapters depending upon its scope. This is we can call it as chapterization. This thing will be followed by some universities and some of the universities may not be followed. As per the university guidelines, you have to be go with this chapterization. It is an optional one. Here under chapterization, at least you have 5 chapters. What we have discussed before: research methodology, problem statement, objectives, literature review, introduction. All these things comes under. The entire research work will run into 5 chapters. You need to give a summarization of your chapters. The synopsis is divided into 5 chapters. The first chapter present just now we discussed about introduction part, about the second chapter literature review, which impact on your present research work, and then third chapter describes the research design or the research methodology towards your research. Fourth chapter presents the data analysis and the discussion. Whatever the statistical tools you have used, which software you have used in order to evaluate your data, in order to interpret your results, all these things comes under fourth chapter, that is presented detail in data analysis and discussions. The fifth chapter represents the findings, suggestions and conclusion. Under first chapter, introduction part will come. Second chapter, literature review. Third chapter, research design will be comes under third chapter, whereas fourth chapter, data analysis and discussion part will going to be comes under fourth chapter. And finally, fifth one is talking about what? Findings, suggestions and conclusion. The synopsis should have at least 5 chapters depending on our research work. This we can call it as a chapterization. And the final one is conclusion. It provides a conclusion which should briefly summarizes what your PhD research work, why it is needed, why we need to be do research towards the topic, what you have found after analyzing the area. You should also comment on the limitations of your work so that the scope of your study is clear. This is about conclusion part. And finally, references. The final one is references or bibliography. You must provide references and citations to any source you use. Wherever you have gathered the information, you have to be provide the references. Whatever the data you have gathered, whether it may be a primary research or secondary research, whatever the data which helps to you towards your work, whatever the data you have gathered from previous research, you need to provide their references and citations to any sources what you have used. The references are needed to acknowledge the original source, which helps the others to allow for further research for those who are interested and avoid claims of plagiarism. If we have a doubt, why should we need to provide the references? Because we need to provide the research references and citations which helps the others to allow for further research. It will be helpful to the others to continue research further in future scope of research. Based on your research work, they may come up with a new concept, they may introduce some new methodologies, they may use some other kind of tools. All those things will going to be happen, which helps to the world. You need to provide your references and citations to any source whatever you have used previously. A number of different referencing systems exist. It is very important that you use the referencing system outlined as per your university guidelines. The format of these references or the bibliography, it will be written as per your university guidelines. These are the basic fundamental things where each and every universities have to follow in order to prepare their research proposal or the synopsis. In addition to this synopsis format for a PhD or the MPhil scholars, it is important to remember this is general advice to assist with PhD synopsis writing. You have to check with your university guidelines first, as they have particular rules and regulations which may vary from universities to universities, which you should have to be followed, because every research work is different, and the purpose of synopsis report is to be demonstrate the uniqueness of your research. If you are unable to form this set format, your research proposal may get rejected by academic committee. You need to follow certain formats which the universities are given. Hope you have understood these things, how to prepare the PhD synopsis or the research proposal. Still, if you want to get more information on synopsis formatting, not only in synopsis formatting, topic assistance, research proposal development, in synopsis development, research paper writing and publication, thesis writing and proofreading help, plagiarism check, research assistance, literature review, PowerPoint presentations towards your research work, coursework at the time of your pre-PhD exam, questionnaire design, research design services, or for MBA projects or assignments, all those things, all these things will be assisted by myself. To get more information on these things, you can contact me with this number. This is my WhatsApp number. You can also contact with this professional mail ID. This is my website, professional website. You can check what are all the services which I am providing. I hope that this video has provided you with a better understanding about what is a research synopsis and what is the format we need to be followed. The importance of research synopsis and how to write a synopsis for your PhD, all these things we have discussed so far. Hope you understood. Thank you for watching, guys. This is all for today's class. Hope you enjoyed the session. If you like my work, please share my videos with your friends and your colleagues. If you are really enjoying my teaching and want to hear the classes from me again, then don't forget to hit the bell icon. Please share your queries or comments or reviews regarding the topic. If you have any kind of doubts, you can contact me directly with this on this number. Note down this number. You can contact directly or you can do the message through WhatsApp. Don't forget to share your comments regarding this topic, guys, and also the way of my teaching, how it is. If you are really enjoying towards my teaching, if you are really understanding what I am explaining the things in the videos, please make a comment in the comment box. And if you want to practice yourself by attempting daily quizzes, kindly join my Telegram channel. I have given the link in the description box. Stay tuned. Still many more videos will come too soon. Until then, have a nice day, guys. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. That's all for today. Thank you.